What do you think it's going to take for that switch to pivot, to get a flip where growth starts to get rewarded in ways that it has been in yesteryear?
Well, I think it would really help for growth to get cheap first. We think growth is still trading at quite a large premium versus the rest of the market. And that's dangerous. It's particularly dangerous for those growth companies that wind up disappointing. The thing about 2022 was it was just about the worst year in history to be a growth company who gave bad news to the market. And we think with growth companies in general still trading at quite large premium to the market, it's dangerous if they don't come through with the growth people are expecting. And the nice thing about the very cheapest companies in the market right now is people already hate them. They are priced for pretty bad news. And so it doesn't take much to get a positive surprise out of that.
Right. Is it time to a Fed pause, or at this point has the market begun to price into the end of that story?
You know, I think it's getting harder. If you listen to the Fed is not going to pause, and the market is saying we don't believe that. We think the Fed is going to have to stop soon. The weird game of chicken in that is that if the market is reacting in a way, hey, we really believe they're going to have to pause, and therefore conditions loosen, credit spreads tighten, the market goes up, that kind of puts the Fed in a position where they have to keep tightening to keep inflation down. So it's this very weird game of chicken with the market. But I do think people really overestimate how important Fed policy is to the growth versus value debate. It is not the case that value needs rising rates to outperform, and it is not the case that growth is destined to outperform anytime rates are coming down.
Meanwhile, we have the action of the past couple of weeks as we've come into this new year and new month. I've heard everything from short covering to new January money, but I assume you think those were short-term dynamics that maybe have lost some steam?
I think some of them are. I mean, there's actually some of the stuff that's been weird, and I don't really understand it. The kind of recovery of meme stock seems to me weird. Stocks that people were buying not because they believed in the fundamentals, but because, I don't know, it was fun and there was FOMO and stuff. I don't really understand how that got reignited, and I assume that won't last that long. On the other hand, the basic pattern of stocks that did really bad in the previous year doing pretty well in January, we've seen that time and again, whether that's tax loss selling or something else. It's not that weird that some of the stuff that got hit really hard has come back. It's just weird that stuff where the price had nothing to do with the fundamentals is going up, having nothing to do with fundamentals again. I would have thought fundamentals should start to matter again.
Yeah.